The Niger junta that ousted French ally President Mohamed Bazoum from power has accused France of mobilizing forces and equipment in several West African countries to launch what it called a military intervention against Niamey, Niger's capital city. Colonel Amadou Abdrahman, the spokesperson of the Niger junta, said that France has continued deploying its troops to neighboring ECOWAS countries like Benin, Ivory Coast, and Senegal. He said that French military cargo aircraft have been unloading many war materials and equipment in the above-mentioned countries. Of course, these countries' presidents are well-known French allies and puppets who will not hesitate to go against their own brothers because of their selfish interests. There has been a lot of tension between France and Niger since President Bazoum was ousted in the July 26 coup. However, Paris has stood beside its detained puppet Bazoum and refused to comply with the Niger junta's demands to take out its troops from Niger. French President Emmanuel Macron has been arrogant and vocal about the situation, saying that he will not recognize the junta but will instead redeploy more troops to Niger unless Bazoum says otherwise. The French do not want to leave Niger because they have been exploiting the country massively for a long time by buying their uranium at 80 cents per kilo, while Canada sells its own uranium at 200 euros per kilo. We have created a video detailing the uranium price increase in Niger. We've added the link in the description below. In addition to Niger, France is also involved in keeping other 13 African countries poor with its French policies, parasitic influence, and exploitative deals. We have a video on our channel showing you that France is keeping these 14 African countries. You can find the link below. However, thousands of people have been demonstrating around the French military base in Niamey, asking them to pack their things and go home. Late last week, Paris announced that it would remove some of the 1,500 soldiers stationed in Niger and only leave an autonomous force. However, Macron has reversed this statement and is provoking the Niger junta with his arrogance. The soldiers were stationed in Niger to assist the military there in fighting insurgents in the Sahel like Al-Qaeda and ISIS-linked groups. According to AFP, a source from the French Defense Ministry said that Paris was in talks with the military regime over withdrawing elements of its presence in Niger. The Nigerian post-coup prime minister, Ali Mohamed Lamine Zeine, confirmed this statement, adding that the French ambassador to Niger and the French foreign minister had ignored his invitations to have a conversation on the issues concerning both countries. The prime minister also said that talks were underway to come to an understanding with ECOWAS, which had previously threatened to attack Niger. Emmanuel Macron insists that French troops will only leave Niger if requested by ousted French puppet Mohamed Bazoum. He insists that France condemns the coup and calls for the release of President Bazoum and the restoration of constitutional order. He adds that France does not recognize the position of the putschists since President Bazoum hasn't relinquished power. He says that France has been coordinating with the heads of state of the ECOWAS, and they truly support their position to take military action in Niger. We all know that France is only interested in exploiting and stealing Niger's uranium and keeping the Nigerians poor. They also want to ensure that the gas pipeline from Nigeria via Niger to Algeria and Europe is completed and functional so that Europe can benefit from petrol from Nigeria as Russia no longer supplies them. ECOWAS, which is under the chairmanship of Nigeria's president, is playing along because he wants to rip off the deal. However, other African countries, including Algeria, the Nigerian Senate, and the AU, have rejected and denounced any military intervention in Niger. How would you explain that France hasn't said anything about the coup in Gabon, but is heavily condemning it in Niger? The reason is simple and obvious. The Gabon coup is an orchestrated scam to keep the Bongo family in power so that they can keep exploiting the oil-rich country via their puppets. Meanwhile, the Niger junta will surely use the French corporations in Niger as leverage against France. There are over 30 French corporations operating in Niger. Targeting these corporations would hurt France, as Europe is already battling inflation due to the war in Ukraine. Africa is being reborn. The new generation has had enough and is standing up to make changes that will benefit the next generation. We're used to seeing a group of older, selfish leaders who sided with former colonial masters to steal from their countries. How do you explain that the richest people in Africa are politicians who have most of their investments in Europe? They have stolen money from their countries and kept it in foreign bank accounts in Switzerland, money that they may never use in their lifetime. New leaders like Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso are putting an end to this, and Western powers are not happy about it. We've added the link to the video on our channel that shows how a coup was attempted against Ibrahim Traoré's government. Make sure you watch it too. What do you think of France's arrogance in Niger and Africa? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the new tourist channel for more informative videos like this. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in our next video, which shows you the countries willing to defend Niger if anyone tries to attack.